the start of the end of the world, but it's feeling just like every other morning before. Now I wonder what my life is gonna mean if it's gone. The cars are moving like a half a mile an hour, and I started staring at the passengers and waving goodbye. Can you tell me what was ever really special about me all this time? But I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. Well, I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. We could turn 10 o'clock, but I don't really know. And I can't remember caring for an hour or so. Started crying and I couldn't stop myself. I started running, but there's nowhere to run to. I sat down on the street, took a look at myself. Said, where you going, man? You know the world is headed for hell. Say your goodbyes if you got someone you can say goodbye to. I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come right now. Let's see how far we've come. I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Oh, yeah. Let's see how far we've come. It's gone, gone, baby, it's all gone. There's no one in the corner and there's no one at home. Well, it was cool, cool, it was just all cool. Now it's over for me and it's over for you. Well, it's gone, gone, baby, it's all gone. There's no one on the corner and there's no one at home. Well, it was cool, cool, it was just all cool. Now it's over for me and it's over for you. I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. Well, I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Oh yeah, let's see how far we've come. 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 Let's see how far we've come.
Another year you made a promise, another chance to turn it all around. And do not save this for tomorrow. Embrace the past and you can live for now. And I will give the world to you. Speak louder than the words before you, and give them meaning no one else has found. The role we play is so important. We are the voices of the underground. And I will give the world to you. Say everything you've always wanted. Be not afraid of who you really are. 'Cause in the end we have each other, and that's at least one thing worth living for. And I will give the world you. 'Cause I would give the world, and I would give the world, and I would give the world to you. This is a new year, a new beginning. Brightest, we are the voices. This is a new year. We are the voices. This is a new year.
I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memories. Remember the good times that we had. Let them slip away from us when things got bad. Clearly, I first saw you smiling in the sun. I wanna feel your warmth upon me. I wanna be the one. I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for memories. I'm so tired, I can't sleep. Standing on the edge of something much too deep. It's funny how it feels so much, we cannot say a word. We are screaming inside, oh, we can't be heard. But I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memories. So afraid to love you, more afraid to lose. Clinging to a past that doesn't let me choose. Where once there was a darkness, a deep and endless night. You gave me everything you had, oh, you gave me light. And I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song.
and good morning. My name is Andrea Smith, and I'm the principal of Lyons Middle Senior High School. You may be seated. It is my distinct honor to welcome you, finally, to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2020. First, I would like to acknowledge the beautiful recorded rendition of Pomp and Circumstance, including the intermission, as both staff and graduates entered the ceremony. We now ask, that you please rise for the national anthem played by Junior Arjun Wanya. Members of the class of 2020, staff and guests, please be seated. Thank you, Arjun. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this beautiful July day to celebrate our senior class. Before we begin, I need to address a few key guidelines for today's ceremony. We are so grateful that our variance was approved by Boulder County Public Health and that we are allowed to celebrate our seniors in this way. It was a great victory for us. However, that means there are a few things I need to say because this is how graduations work now. First, in order to respect others, we ask that all participants wear face coverings whenever moving outside their seating areas. Second, similar to how we ask you to stagger your entrance to today's ceremony, we will be dismissing each row in reverse alphabetical order at the end of the ceremony to stagger our exit. We also ask that you not congregate on district property after the ceremony. We've also done a few things to make this year's graduation a little extra special. First, in addition to the traditional graduation program, you will also find a special senior highlights booklet in the envelopes at your chairs. We've provided 7 copies of the graduation program and 3 copies of the senior highlights to each family. Second, Mr. Schaefer commissioned the work of a local artist named Eric Fronapol to create a beautiful picture to accompany the print of the poem that Mr. Schaefer wrote and included in his senior night speech. There's 1 copy in each of your envelopes. And third, we've invited Emily Ordal, photographer and Lyons Stuco advisor extraordinaire, to take photos today. She'll be getting pictures of each graduate receiving their diploma, as well as other photos throughout the ceremony. We will be providing a printed 4x6 diploma photograph and the digital version of the photos to each senior. And we hope that having these professional pictures free of charge will help you capture this beautiful day. I'd also like to take a moment to make some acknowledgments and recognitions. First, let's acknowledge all law enforcement, active duty, and veteran members of our armed forces and the amazing healthcare workers that are here today. Thank you for your service. Our ceremony today is about honoring the hard work, perseverance, success, and resilience of this year's graduating class. However, it's important to remember that our graduates' journey to cross this stage today was only possible with the immense support of those around them. Parents and guardians, please stand to be recognized. Your love and support has helped shape your children into the young adults before us today, ready to find their own path in the world. We know that helping your senior navigate the past 3.5 months has probably not been easy, but your support will forever be remembered by your graduates. Please give your parents and guardians a round of applause, graduates. One more, they deserve it. I'd also like to recognize and celebrate the Lyons Middle Senior High School teachers and staff. Our staff is by far the most hardworking group of educators I've had the privilege to work with. The success of our graduates today comes from the daily opportunity to engage in rigorous and authentic learning experiences. The end of our school year wasn't easy for teachers and staff, but they brought a smile and dedication to everything they did throughout the spring. Lyons Middle Senior High School teachers and staff, please stand to be recognized. We can do louder than that, Lyons. And finally, I'd also like to take a moment to give a special thanks to the people that have made this ceremony possible. Mitzi Young, thank you to your team and you for literally setting the stage to celebrate our graduates on this special day. Special thank you to David Glover, Dean of Students, our school counselors, Denise Rominger and Amy Brown, and the Lyons office staff, Ann Caesar and Lori Herman, for doing such an amazing job of caring for our graduates and preparing for this special event. It's the work of those behind the scenes that allow us to give our full attention to our graduates today. Thank you. And finally, I'd like to recognize the distinguished guests joining me today. Ms. Joey Segrist, StVrain Valley School District Board of Education President. Most of you know Joey is also here today as a parent. Joey, please stand to be recognized. Platform guest that doesn't actually get to sit on the platform, Mr. Greg Feith, StVrain Valley School District Chief Financial Officer. And Mr. Mark Roberts, heralder, math teacher and cross-country and track and field coach. Mr. Roberts is also in his parent role today. Mr. Roberts, please stand to be recognized. This is only the second time that I've gotten the opportunity to stand before the most incredible school community to deliver a commencement address. I'm honored to be the principal of Lyons Middle Senior High School, and I'm beyond grateful to have gotten the chance to get to know this amazing group of students. To be honest, there are probably no less than 7 other StVrain High School principals giving a graduation speech about resilience right at this very moment. However, they've never met the Lyons class of 2020. You see, this group of 40, they go beyond resilience. Sure, they've got grit, they've got dedication, and they've got commitment. But the remarkable thing is how they bring that grit, dedication, and commitment to everything they do with an open and vulnerable heart. In her book, Rising Strong, Dr. Brené Brown writes, "Vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's our greatest measure of courage." This class is courageous because they show up for each other and our community even when they have no control over the outcome. 25 members of this graduating class had no control when they basically started their journey as a Lion by walking into Main Street School for several months. And all 40 graduates had no control when they ended their journey as a Lion by logging onto Schoology and maintaining social distance. Both of these bookends were events that the students had no control over. However, those bookends don't define the class of 2020. What defines this group is the millions of moments of courage, joy, compassion, authenticity, and vulnerability that happened in between. You know, caring moments, like when the entire class sang happy birthday to Bella Parker before taking the PSAT in the fall of junior year, right before CJ and Jordan loudly killed a wasp during the test and almost caused a testing irregularity. Or the time in 11th grade when Charlotte Rogers was the most optimistic and supportive coach at the Play It Forward staff volleyball tournament. I alone whiffed it no less than 8 times, and every time I looked towards the bench, Charlotte was cheering me on. Or when Alora and Hannah shoved their feet in butter-filled Crocs, and Jesse and Katie Fankhauser donned rollerblades on that slick stage, all to raise some money for student council and get some laughs out of the middle school students during homecoming week. Or when Carson Bean let Madison Shackelford win musical chairs at our spring sports pep assembly. I mean, no way that an 8th grader beat one of the most competitive seniors in our school. He definitely let her win, right, Carson? It's very compassionate. Or the hysterical moment in Washington, D.C. at the American History Museum when Emily gave an incredulous gasp when Mr. Deming pointed out that Dwight Eisenhower's pot holder was on display. Emily just thought Eisenhower was just very liberal for his time. Meanwhile, Mr. Deming, Harrison, and Estella got a real kick out of the moment. Or when Jesse, Felix, Nick, Marissa, and CJ selflessly gave up 2 days of their summer to learn how to run activities to help ninth graders transition smoothly into our school, paying it forward to the future of Lyons. Or Bella, Jesse, Emily, and Charlotte spending a Friday night serving drinks and snacks at a middle school dance and showing off their mad chicken dance skills, taking a risk and being silly to give back to our middle school. Or funny moments, like Harrison wandering into Miss Carheden's Enviro class and trying to join in because Cormac was there and he wanted a birthday cookie. In fact, Miss Carheden still says he asks for one. Or goofy moments, like the time that Isaac King fell into the river when trying to collect data during science. He handled it like a pro. The typical Isaac smile, hands through his hair, and able to laugh it off with his classmates. Or awe-inspiring moments, like being at Outward Bound Science and Leadership for 3 days and watching Felix come out of his quiet reserved mode and lean in to facilitating and discussing leadership activities. Or when a bunch of you fully embraced the moment and belted out the mitosis song without reservation in Mr. Bacalus' 7th grade science class. It was amazing, and I've seen the video. Or the perseverance that Alora showed when she walked into Mr. Deming's class almost every day of the 4th quarter of her junior year, wanting to discuss the due process clause of the 14th Amendment. Or the heartwarming moment when beginning band met in the auditorium at Main Street, in the center of the building, and everybody from kindergarten to 12th grade got to hear the lovely moment when the 6th graders finally learned a 4th note and could play their first song. Or the jaw-dropping moment when teeny tiny 6th grade Nick Bogus lugged an amp on stage for the talent show and shredded an amazing rendition of Crazy Train. Or comically competitive moments where cool and calm Katie Felt and Chicory Bostic threw it down during chess club meetings at lunch. Or ritualized moments, like when Charlotte, Katie, Alexa, and Hannah would kiss the baton before every relay race. Oh, the germ-sharing rituals that seemed relatively normal only a few short months ago. I could go on and on, listing the millions of memories that define the class of 2020. However, it isn't just about those moments. It's about the wonderful students who created those moments. We are realizing how much we're going to miss about this group of seniors. Olivia, we're going to miss your tenacious spirit, your passion for leadership, and your signature Crocs. You were actually one of the first Lyons students that I ever met when I started working here, and your kindness and welcoming spirit was noticed and appreciated. Trevor, I will never forget the day that you told me that a sloth was your spirit animal. I don't think I've ever laughed that hard at school. However, we all know that behind the laid-back exterior and underneath those beautiful flowing locks is a caring and loyal soul. We'll miss you and your relentless pursuit to wear hats at school. Chris, your quiet kindness has made our school a better place. You are such a respectful and thoughtful student, and we're going to miss your humility and your compassion towards others. Lucia, you are so hardworking and consistent in everything you do, and you are also gracious and grateful, often thanking your teachers at the end of class. So now it's our turn to thank you, Lucia, for making our school community just a little bit better. I will never forget traipsing through the woods with Nick Bogus and Felix at Outward Bound training last June. Nick, your commitment to excellence is mind-blowing. We're going to miss your leadership and your dedication to always putting your best foot forward. And Felix, you recently joined our community, but it's like you've been here forever. Your commitment to all things outdoors is inspiring, and we'll miss you. Isaac Roberts, what can we say? You will forever go down in Lyons history as the student courageous enough to dress as Mr. Roberts during Homecoming Spirit Week. You even wore his pants. And you lived to tell the tale. But really, the focus and follow-through that you bring to everything you do is astounding. We're going to miss your kind and considerate presence. Jordan Shack Daddy Shackelford. Yeah, I can't believe it either. The word Shack Daddy has now been officially said in a commencement address twice. We're going to miss your quiet, unassuming, and steadfast personality. Your low-key humor brought us so many smiles. Alex Bustos. No, I'm still not ready to spill the tea. Miss Brown and I are going to miss our almost daily chats with you, although we won't really miss the infamous rap packet from biology. But you did it. You made it, and I hope we feel as proud as you do. Thank you for being the unique and fabulous person that you are. Nick Johnson, you are a rock star, and you learned the #1 rule of hosting a last-minute drone summer camp at Lyons. Say it with me, Nick. Don't let anyone get hurt. Your kindness and natural intellectual curiosity is one of a kind. Ashley, what can I say? We go way back. Many of you might not know this, but I was an assistant principal at Ashley's previous school when she was in 6th grade. Ashley, you've left a mark on Lyons and on me. Your caring, compassionate, and tender-hearted approach to life taught us all something about how to be our best selves. Nate G. I'm not gonna lie, I probably won't miss you and Nick stalking me after school with those mini drones in the hallway, or when you set off alarms because you flew them in the gym. However, we will miss your innovative thinking, your quick smile, and your even quicker wit. Alexa, seriously, can a graduation speech not include the most amazing moment this past fall when you carried out the most spectacular tackle we've ever seen? Your tenacity and dedication to soccer, football, academics, and just being a pretty cool human will be deeply missed. Libby, we're gonna miss your authentic kindness, your compassion, your enviable cosmetology prowess, and your expert level announcing skills at Homecoming Olympics. Your perseverance is inspiring. Henry, our high school teachers have watched you grow so much over the last 4 years. Ms. Driz remembers your quiet presence in 9th grade, but also saw you become a go-to group member with tons of insight to contribute by 12th grade. Your pleasant and accepting demeanor was such an asset to our community. Bella Parker, you are such an amazing friend and have such a sweet and caring personality. We'll miss seeing you and Emily bop around school together. So many of our students looked up to both of you. CJ, where do I begin? 6 a.m. pancakes, helping out with middle school mindsets, high fives during lunch, and interactions always ending with the question, aren't you supposed to be in class right now? We're gonna miss your loud hallway voice, your constant ability to show up anytime food is involved, and your irrefutable status as the most enthusiastic student. Charlotte, you are a shining star in this school and this community. Your positive spirit and genuine smile made our halls a lot brighter. You are a natural leader, and you embody lion spirit. I'll miss stopping into Miss Vasquez's class during her plan and chatting with you. Thank you for everything you've done to make Lyons Middle Senior an amazing place. Marissa, we'll miss your presence in the front hall, the front office, helping Dr. Gregg make copies of sheet music as a student aide. Seriously, I've never seen a student master all the buttons and features of our copy machine like you did. Miss Carheeden and I got the opportunity to get to know you more at Outward Bound, and you are such a consistent and calm force of leadership. You're gonna be an amazing teacher. I will never forget driving the girls cross country team from the hotel to the championship course on the morning of the state meet this past fall. Katie Fankhauser walked out of the Academy Hotel with a lot of bags and kissed one of the stone pillars to say goodbye. She was leaving that hotel to run her heart out at state for the 4th time in her high school career. Katie, you are something fierce. Your determination, focus, and competitive spirit is unmatched, and you bring excellence to everything you do, even titrations in chemistry class. And that makes everyone around you a bit stronger and a bit more focused. We'll miss you. Taylor, this year didn't quite go as planned for you. Even more than the last 8 weeks of school, I'm talking about the aftermath of landing just a little bit wrong on your knee this past fall. I bring up that tough moment not to bring you down on your big day, but to celebrate the grace and confidence that you showed as you worked through the healing process and still cheered on your teammates. You have the heart of a lion, and that showed when things got challenging. Carson, your name is synonymous with Lyons wrestling. You created a legacy at Lyons, and there are tons of younger wrestlers ready to continue carrying that torch. Your steadfast and single-minded focus on greatness will be missed, and we will never forget how you rocked that nun costume during homecoming week. Time and time again, we noticed Chicory and Katie Felt's kind hearts and inclusive spirits. Chicory, your notebook organization will live in infamy, and Miss Busby will never forget your little 6th grade voice saying that you liked working in the art room because of the wonderful ambiance. Katie, we'll miss you and Marissa's awesome chemistry experiments. Our favorite part of you is that while you have a quiet presence, it's paired with a zany and creative side. You truly have a zest for life. You are so thoughtful, and you have a smile that means something. Thank you for being you. Kaylina, I don't know how I will make it through my days without your wonderful "Hello, Miss Principal Lady" greeting in the front office. You are the type of student who immediately jumps in to help unload graduation stuff from my van on a hot July day when you see me in the front drive. Don't ever forget how much those moments mean to others. We've enjoyed getting to know you and have enjoyed your wonderful sense of humor. Matt, the student with the best parking spot in the history of Lyons Middle Senior. We love your humor and your goofiness. Your ability to ace almost any tests without always doing the homework. That will forever be remembered. Thank you for making Lyons a better place to be. We're gonna miss your smile and your signature curls walking down our halls. Harrison, your leadership abilities are outstanding. You develop great ideas and you work hard to make them happen. You've made an impact on Lyons both in the classroom and on the court. Mr. Deming's going to miss the 4 years of talking life and basketball. And Mr. Klipstein is definitely going to miss your help catching errant mice that don't want to meet Eric the Red. Jesse and I will never forget the day I walked past Miss Brown's office to find you wearing a raccoon mask while logging in to Common App. You are such a good-natured person, and your genuine kindness and tender-hearted spirit will be missed by everyone at Lyons. Your teachers will miss the enthusiasm and the effort that you brought to every single task. Catherine, you've grown tremendously in the time you've been at Lyons. We're so proud of the athlete you've become on the course, on the track, and on the slopes. But we are even prouder of the kind person and talented student you are. We're gonna miss you. Cormac, your humor and wit are unparalleled. It seems like you are always smiling and making everybody else smile. You have such a strong presence, and you will be missed at Lyons. We're gonna miss Alora's spirited personality and athletic dedication. I don't think anybody's gonna forget her emphatic, "Ha! I was right!" in biology class. Alora, you made this school a better place to be. Thank you. Isaac Passwaters, you like to dream big. That optimism and potential is contagious. You've got an easy smile and a kindness and respect that have left a mark on Lyons. It's been fun to watch you don that number 33 jersey on the football field, but it's been even better to see you grow into the young adult you are today. We're going to sorely miss Trenton's ingenuity and dedication to carrying out complex tasks. Sure, that meant he tackled lots of tough academic undertakings. It also meant he created the most ingenious way to sneak Dr. Pepper into class within his infamous jacket. Trenton, thank you for making us smile with your resourceful and innovative shenanigans. Estella, you are the most self-assured student we know. You are confident in who you are, and that confidence bleeds into every challenge you take on. We just hope the world's ready for your talent, intelligence, and self-reliance. We'll miss Nate Kassam's positive attitude and unwavering dedication to the daily rituals that became the fabric of Lyons. Like his signature, Mr. Deming, like the shirt, every single day. You are sort of a jack of all trades, and you've been helpful in so many ways, and we'll miss you. Isabel Passwaters, you're the student that has always been most attuned to those around you. You are a loyal friend with a caring and sensitive heart. Thank you for the sunshine that you've brought to our school, and thank you for your excellent ability to teach classmates how to perform blood pressure measurements in science class. Colton, Mr. Baseball. There's just something about all those little kid hunting and sports pics featured in the yearbook that got us right in the feels. There's a twinkle in your eye in each one of those pictures that became the seed for intense passion and commitment to excellence on both the baseball and football field. We're proud of the person you've become, and we'll miss your laid-back presence in our halls. Hannah, Coach Roberts refers to you as the quiet assassin. You set your sights on a goal, you bring fierce competition to achieving that goal, and you do it in a solemn and focused way. You are tough as nails, and you embody perseverance in everything that you do. Isaac King, I'm not sure where to begin. We've had a lot of adventures together over the past couple years. You are charming, congenial, entertaining, smart, and a little rascally. We've had many quality moments and pep talks to get you to this day, and we are so proud of you. You've shown so much persistence and perseverance, and plus you put up with me chanting, "Finish BYU," whenever I saw you for at least 2 months. And Emily, our talented salutatorian. You are a solid and steadfast leader. If there's a leadership opportunity at our school, chances are that you are involved in it or it was your idea. I hope you understand the impact that you've had on our school. It's hard to imagine our halls without you. Every single graduate in the class of 2020 will be missed for the unique and positive impact they've had on our school. And we look forward to seeing the impact that they have on the world. Graduates, you will always be Lyons. Thank you for the opportunity to be your principal, and congratulations on this huge accomplishment. Thank you. Before we begin our student speeches, we would like to play a recorded rendition of In My Life by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. This recording was performed by the 2019-20 Lyons Show Choir and features solos by seniors CJ Pierce and Charlotte Rogers. Hold, please. Yeah, would you go get them? We'll come back to that one. All right. This year, an extraordinary group of students has made their way to the top of their class academically. They are the honor graduates, the top 10% of the class of 2020. These 4 students, Nick Bogus, Emily Van Leeuwen, Bella Parker, and Harrison Abernathy, epitomize the keen intellect and determination found at our school. They are gifted academically while also participating in many extracurricular activities. They will travel nationwide to attend some of the country's finest educational institutions. Today, we will be hearing first from Emily, Bella, and Harrison with a planned group speech with a uniting theme. This will be followed by a speech from our valedictorian, Nick Bogus. I now ask that Emily, Bella, and Harrison please come to the area in front of the stage. Yeah, here you go. This is all new for all of us. Emily is this year's salutatorian. She's planning to attend the University of Colorado Boulder, where she will major in molecular, cellular, and developmental biology. Emily has lettered in track all 4 years and also qualified for the StVrain Honor Band. She received the Society of Women's Engineers' highest honor award and is an academic leader in our school. Bella Parker is an AP scholar and also earned the SVVSD Seal of Biliteracy. She's lettered in track for 3 years and will be attending Western Washington University in Bellingham, Washington. She will be majoring in biology. Harrison lettered in cross country, track, and basketball. He's also an AP scholar and served on the SVVSD Student Advisory Council. He earned the Seal of Biliteracy and will be attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where he will be majoring in business administration. These outstanding students have come together as a team to share their lessons learned and their call to actions for our graduates today. They will be delivering a group speech to address the topic of change. Come on up, honors graduates. Yep.
Okay. Hello, good morning. It's really nice to see all of you again, and it's kind of crazy to be back here. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to come back one last time and finish off this chapter of our lives. It's such a strange time right now, and it kind of feels like the only constant we know is change. So today, the 3 of us wanted to talk about change and the good that can come from it. Most people's initial reaction to change is one of fear and doubt. This doesn't have to be the case, though. We're experiencing so much change right now, probably more than most of us have experienced at any other time in our lives. Even if this was a normal year, we're turning a new chapter. High school's over, and it's time to move on. Whether this means work, travel, or school, it's new, and it can be scary, but it should be exciting. So it's time for us to embrace it. For the senior class of 2020, there are even more changes and more challenges. But we just have to accept this, and we have to think about how it's helped us and how we've become more open-minded and flexible. And it pushes us to know what we want and how we want to put ourselves out into the world. It's important to remember to look for the opportunities that come from change. We live in a time when society is being forced to initiate so many changes, ecologically, financially, and socially. With our environment changing so drastically, we need to adapt. As Charles Darwin observed, it's not the strongest of a species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It's the one that is most adaptable to change. It's easy to fear change, and it's hard for us to embrace it and to trust our ability to navigate. Change is, however, a part of life. It's how we learn and how we grow. In fact, there can be no learning or growth without change. We need to consider the flexibility that we gained when we were forced to veer from the beaten path. We are like water, finding our way around every obstacle, maybe slowing at times, but never stopping. Our attitudes greatly influence our reality, so we decide what we think will be right for us and for our future. William Ernest Henry's poem Invictus speaks to me, reminding me that I am the master of my fate and I am the captain of my soul. This is a time when we need to steer our lives in the direction that we want to go. This is a time when we need to write our own new chapter. We can't let the fear of change stand in the way of our bright futures. Thank you, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Hi, everyone. Growing up, I have always been afraid of change. Always worried or stressed when I didn't plan something or have an idea of what the future would look like. I would be told to let it go and to chill out, but it wasn't until recently that I realized why everyone would tell me that. I always viewed having a plan for the future as being prepared, but I realized that truly being prepared is being able to adapt to whatever comes at you. While it is so easy to get caught up in the past or what the plan is for the future, the only thing we can be certain about is what is happening in the moment. By making the most of now and being open to other possibilities, we can adapt and grow from whatever change comes at us. Truly being in the moment and having an open approach to scenarios will always be something I want to work towards, as change and uncertainty are some of the only things that are here to stay. We all have been through uncertainty, just like all people do, and we'll experience so much more of it in the future. People change, friends change, goals change, and so do our expectations of the future. For us this year, the change and uncertainty in the past few months have allowed us to learn to appreciate so much and have also opened up so many new paths. With a closed mindset, change and uncertainty can feel negative and destructive. However, an open mindset can show you all the other opportunities that are available. Even Mitzi's good mornings and Mr. Roberts' you gotta go's showed us how much an optimistic and open mindset can affect the people around you in a positive way. Thinking back to when we were in elementary school, none of us would have predicted so many detours and unexpected turns along the way. By being open to change and continuing to move forward, we have been able to experience so many rewarding outcomes. While we didn't expect May of 2020 to look how it did, we also didn't anticipate all of us getting together to decorate our cars and parade throughout the town while families and teachers gathered outside to cheer us on. If we were always afraid of change, how would we have ever gotten past 5th grade graduation? But we weren't. We were able to surpass the nerves of freshman year, getting our licenses, taking the SAT, team practices, moving school buildings in 2013, and not being together for the last few months of school. But by working through it all, so much more resulted. We were able to enjoy free lunches at the River Church, cheering at football and basketball games, track meets, band and choir concerts, painting the L, send-offs to state, victories, yelling seniors at assemblies, and even being together today to graduate. After our time at Lyons, we have learned that even when it feels like plans are spinning out of control, so much good can really come from the unexpected. And by having an open approach to situations, there are always so many more opportunities for success. Thank you to all of our teachers, friends, and family for supporting us all along the way. I've loved standing by the class of 2020, and I hope that you all carry with you the resilience and adaptability that you have shown throughout your time at Lyons. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Yeah, see, they all printed theirs. I didn't do that. All right. If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. If these past 4 years have taught me anything, it is that some things are simply out of your control. Not everything always goes how you plan it, and honestly, it hardly ever will. But no matter what is going around you, there are certain things you can do to ensure you are positioned for success. 2 things you can always control are your attitude and your perception. These are not just 2 cliches that your parents or maybe a coach have probably mentioned to you. They are lifelong habits that can help you no matter where life takes you. Having the right mindset is everything, and it is something that you alone are responsible for. When you maintain a good attitude and look for the positives, no matter what situation you find yourself in, things have a way of working out. If you approach a day with a negative attitude, all you will ever see is the downside to every decision you make. You have lost the battle before it even started. Do the little things right and be excited to do them. It can be something as simple as telling your family good morning, going on a run to stay active, or even thanking a teacher after class. It can also be something as complicated as studying for a big exam throughout the week and not just the night before, or possibly being the leader on a sports team. Try to accomplish as many small tasks as possible. You will start accomplishing big ones without even realizing it. Those around you will pick up on your attitude, so be confident in your abilities and always look for the good in others and in the obstacles you face. You never know who may be watching or who you can inspire. Perception is a tricky thing. The world is a stressful place, and it is easy to be overwhelmed and just ignore problems. This is where I have found it helpful to take a deep breath and remember how lucky I am. Now, I'm not saying a couple of episodes of The Office or Parks and Rec hurt, but it's not always the most productive approach. Don't forget the sacrifices your parents have made for you. Remember the good times spent with friends, and cherish the memories you have made here at Lyons. Moving forward, I have no doubt that every one of you will set and achieve big goals, but always appreciate the small moments along the way. I will use my experience on the high school basketball team as an example. To be honest, I don't remember a single score of a game I played in, but I remember the team dinners, joking around during stretching at practice, talking about life with my coaches on bus rides, and the thrill of running out of the locker room at home games. Those are the moments I will remember, and while I took them for granted then, they are what I will never forget now. So as you move forward into the next chapter of your life, remember what has gotten you to this point, and appreciate the little things. I would like to end with a quote from Admiral William McRaven, one that is actually from his commencement address at the University of Texas back in 2014. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. By the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you will never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have had a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made, and a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. And so, my fellow soon-to-be graduates, go forward with the confidence and attitude to overcome every challenge you face. Be appreciative of the little things in life, and don't forget to make your bed. Thank you.
Please give another round of applause for Harrison, Emily, and Bella. Thank you, honors graduates. Now, before we begin our valedictorian speech, we would like to play a recorded rendition of In My Life by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Again, this recording was performed by the 2019-20 Lyons Show Choir and featured solos by seniors C.J. Pierce and Charlotte Rogers.
Changed, some forever, not
Thank you, Miss Emma, for sharing that recording and persevering so we could include it in our ceremony. We are so excited that we could celebrate our talented students. The highest ranking student in the class of 2020 is our class valedictorian, Nicholas Bogus. Nick, will you please come up in front of the stage? Nick is an outstanding student and person. Nick received the AP Scholar with Distinction Award, earned the Seal of Biliteracy, and has lettered in both track and cross country. He will be attending University of Colorado Boulder this fall, where he will major in aerospace engineering. Nick, I welcome you to the stage to deliver your valedictorian commencement speech.
Good morning. Before I start my speech, I was going to say, I'm glad we're not sitting in the direct sunlight right now. We have cloud cover. Don't worry though, the wind you hear is not thunder. It's just the wind going across the microphone. No need to worry. And with this social distancing, there's no need to worry about clumping together in body heat. We have space between us. That's good for two reasons. We won't be sweating, and I can see everyone's face. So if you go to bed during my speech, I will see you. But before I begin my speech, I want to say some thank yous. I want to thank the Lord Jesus for everything he's blessed me with. I want to thank all the teachers, faculty, administration for the wonderful environment they had fostered in myself and every other student at this school through every single year and especially throughout the COVID-19 virus. I'd like to thank my class for being such a supportive and uplifting group of people. I'd like to thank my friends for being such supportive people also. And I'd like to thank my family for always being there for me. Finally, Dad, thank you for everything you do for me. You don't know how much it means. And Mom, дякую за все. Ти не знаєш, як багато ти робиш за мене. This tassel stinks in the wind. It's truly an honor to be speaking at graduation to such a wonderful audience. And I can stand here today and boldly state that I know our class will go on to do incredible things, not only because of our grit and determination, but because of the completely unique and outstanding character each person in this class has come to possess. And we will make a positive impact on this world, not because we need some time or some obligation to fulfill, but because we are inspired to do it and take that action. This is obviously my opinion, and opinions can differ and often change. I know this because when I was in 5th grade, a man representing some college came to talk to our class about starting to think about college. I remember him telling us that high school graduation wasn't that far away. In fact, he said it was getting pretty close. And once he was coming to the end of his spiel, he asked me to spell the word college. I had no idea how to spell the word college because I was in 5th grade. And in 5th grade, I didn't know how to spell almost any word. But after I spelled it, he told our class that when he asked high school seniors that year to spell the word college, they were unable to do so. He left after saying that. Who does that? And then, because 5th graders have an incredibly short attention span, the one thing I got from that speech was that I, as a senior in high school, would not be able to spell the word college, and that we would begin a lengthy intellectual descent into our year of our graduation. So, if you had asked me if our class would change the world upon leaving high school at that point of time, I would not have doubted our desire to make an impact in the world. I just would have fixated on the fact that we would lose our ability to spell the word college. And that's sort of scary as a 5th grader, because you're going to a job after that, or college. But I can proudly state that we have made immense academic progress since 5th grade, and we can spell quite a few words now. We did not peak in 5th grade. Anyways, although we were told time would fly up until we reach this point in our lives, no person can tell you what will happen tomorrow, next week, next month, or 10 years from now. And no one could have told us that what we persevered from 6th grade up until now would have molded us into who we are today. When I was in 5th grade, I had no idea that our first fall in this new and seemingly big school would be ruptured by a 1,000-year flood, and that our first year in middle school would be spent in a foreign environment at the Main Street School, where ceilings collapsed on people because the building was so old, and the bathroom sinks and toilets were made for a toddler jazzercise class. True story. I was short in 6th grade, and I had to bend over to reach the sinks. And no person could have told us that our high school careers would have ended in the same fashion, the COVID-19 pandemic. And although it stinks we had to go through these both catastrophes, we have cherished every moment available to us, and done the most with each of those too. You cannot do anything worthwhile to yourself, those around you, or the world if you wait for the good times in your life to do something remarkable. It will never happen. When people work for good with grit and perseverance through any circumstance, they will achieve their goals in whatever it is they are pursuing. Those individuals will experience good times in their life, not because they sat patiently waiting for them to come, but because they carved a path to it through their enduring perseverance and grit. And because our class has done exactly that through both the flood and ongoing crisis, we are carving our path to making a difference in the world. We will emerge stronger than ever before from this crisis, and once we come out of this crisis, we will wish we had more time to watch Netflix. We won't want to go back to working. All jokes aside, though, we will not come back from this crisis enveloped in fear. We will rise through with endurance and confidence not to be fearful amidst a world of uncertainties. I'm sure you'd all rather be watching a live stream than first enduring the direct sunlight and now possible rain. But think on the bright side. We don't have to shower tomorrow if it rains. But I want to thank you all for coming out and sitting here and listening to me rant about different things. And thank you so much again, and congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Nick, for your thoughtful and insightful speech. Please give one more round of applause for our class of 2020 valedictorian, Nick Bogus. Miss Joey Segrist, would you please join me 6 feet or more from the podium? Let's give a round of applause for Joey. On behalf of the Lyons Middle Senior High School staff and administration, we hereby certify that these members of the class of 2020 seated here before us have met or exceeded the graduation requirements as defined by the StVrain Valley School District Board of Education. As a result, we would be proud to present them with a diploma from the StVrain Valley School District. Come on up.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Smith. It is my pleasure to accept the recommendation set forth by Lyons High School staff and by the authority of the Board of Education for the StVrain Valley School District. I do confer upon each of these candidates their high school diploma with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that come with it. We will now begin awarding of diplomas. I would like to introduce Mr. Roberts to the podium.
You gotta goes. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There you go.
Good morning. It is my pleasure and honor to read the names of each graduating member of the class of 2020 as they come forward to receive their diplomas. Parents and guardians, we will be honoring you today as well. Each senior will deliver a rose to you and give you a much-deserved hug to show their appreciation for all your support and love. Graduates, you will pick up your diploma off the table as you come up on stage, and we ask that you stand on the blue X on the stage where you will pause, holding your diploma to get your picture taken. Please wait until the photographer, Emily, gives you the thumbs up to proceed off the stage and get your rose. We are now ready for our first group to come to the stage. Harrison John Abernathy. Jesse Dale Bartell. Colton James Basher. Carson Ezekiel Bean. Henry Pierre Bergeron. To the blue X. There you go. Nicholas Robert Bogus. Blue X, there you go. Chicory Zoe Bostic. Trenton Matthew Burton. Alex Daniel Bustos. Oops. Ashley Kirsten Clark. Olivia Ann Cope. Lucia Gail Cronin. Alora Tanan Cross. Catherine Alexandra Darrow. Right there, Catherine. Blue X, right there. Catherine Roby Fankhauser. Katie Loyal Felt. Nathaniel James Grabowski. Matthew James Izat. Nicholas Michael Johnson. Morning, Alexa. And Alexa Lynn Carcel. Remaining graduates, as each row is making their way to the stage, we ask that you go around the back of the audience and come up the south side. This will help us ensure our social distancing. They're a little ways away. We do have one special guest, so I'm going to go a little off script. I know the bus drivers drive for everybody in the district, but we have one particular bus driver that, especially as sports teams, we are very fond of, and Dan Grove is here with us this morning. Dan, would you stand up and take a little bow? Yeah, you always got to be a little careful of letting Mr. Roberts have a microphone. Did you win the bet or lose the bet, Dr. Smith? She won the bet. I'm happy to help. Kalena Harleen Keller. Good job. How you doing, Kalena? Isaac Anthony King. Nathan Lee Kassam. Taylor Jane McGuire. Cormac Muldoon Osborne. Isabel Scout Parker. Isaac Franklin Passwaters. Isabel Marianne Passwaters. Hannah Marie Payton. Olivia K. Pesnokas. Estella Marie Percarpio. Connor Joseph Pierce. Christopher Bruce Pratt. Isaac James Roberts. Charlotte Meg Rogers. Jordan Tyler Shackelford. It's hard to get him in focus sometimes. Marissa Amber Shaw. Felix Monroe Sykes. Emily Sophia Van Leeuwen. Trevor Don Wolfley. We'll welcome Dr. Smith back to the stage.
Thank you. Let's give one more round of applause to Mr. Roberts. Before officially confirming these graduates, I would like to take a moment to explain how we will exit the stadium. I will release each row in reverse alphabetical order. I ask that you please gather your belongings and be ready to make a timely exit from the stadium when it's your row's turn. We also ask that you not gather in groups on district property after the ceremony. We know this may not be how you pictured this moment, but we are proud to have been able to have a ceremony, and it's really important that we abide by the guidelines set forth by our county. Okay, now for the fun part. Graduates of the class of 2020, please stand up. Let's get a round of applause. We are preparing to move your tassel from the right side to the left side. This position of the tassel represents that you have been confirmed as a graduate from Lyons Middle Senior High School. Are you ready? Seniors, are you ready? CJ, where are you, man? Seniors, move your tassel to the left side. I now present the Lyons Middle Senior High School class of 2020. Thank you for the memories, congratulations, and best wishes. Back row, you are released. Back row of families, you are released.